Hello, my wonderful neighbors. Welcome back to the porch where the tea is scalding hot, the receipts are piling up, and the house of cards in Montecito is finally, spectacularly, and undeniably crashing down. So grab your biggest mug and settle in, because today we are witnessing the desperation of a woman who knows her biggest lie is about to be exposed. We have to talk about this absolutely bizarre, cringe-inducing, and frankly revealing video that Meghan Markle, our favorite evil mastermind, has allowed to leak to the mainstream media. You have seen it, I have seen it, and the whole world is laughing at it. It is the video of her supposedly in labor, dancing around a hospital room like she's at a frat party, trying to prove to the haters that she was actually pregnant. But here is the thing about trying too hard. It usually backfires. And oh boy, has this backfired. Instead of silencing the rumors, she has just poured gasoline on the fire because that bump she is shaking around, it doesn't look real. It doesn't move like flesh and blood. It looks like a prop. And for the first time, the mainstream media is starting to ask the question we have been asking for years. Was that pregnancy even real? Now, I know you guys are excited for more. But before we delve into further discussion, if you haven't subscribed, yeah. Come on, guys, what are you waiting for? Hit like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell ASAP. So now, let's be honest with each other. Neighbors, we have eyes, we have instincts, and we know when we are being played. For years, we have watched the shifting sizes of that bump, the way it seemed to inflate and deflate like a balloon, the way she could squat in 6-inch heels with her knees together while supposedly 8 months pregnant, a physical impossibility for anyone with a human baby in a pelvis. But this video, this was supposed to be her gotcha moment. This was supposed to be the proof that shut us all up. Look at me, I'm in the hospital, I'm dancing. But all it showed was a woman performing. It showed a woman desperate to control the narrative because she knows that a much darker, much more damaging story is bubbling to the surface. She is trying to distract us with a little dance number because she is terrified of the initials DL. Who is DL? That is the question that is keeping Meghan up at night. DL is the whistleblower we have been waiting for. According to explosive new reports and whispers from the deepest corners of the investigation, DL is the woman who claims she actually carried those children. She is the woman who alleges she was the surrogate, the vessel, the person who did the hard work while Meghan strapped on a prosthetic and played the role of the glowing mother for the cameras. And DL isn't just whispering anymore. She is reportedly shouting. She claims she was erased. She claims she was silenced with ironclad non-disclosure agreements, paid off, and told to vanish into the ether so that the Duchess could have her spotlight. But contracts are funny things. They tend to break when crimes are committed, and fraud against the British monarchy? That is a crime of historic proportions. Imagine the level of narcissism it takes to hire a woman to carry your child, erase her existence, and then parade around the world clutching a fake bump, accepting accolades for a struggle you never endured. It is stolen valor of the maternal kind. DL claims she was treated like a commodity, a rental womb hired by a high-level agency that specializes in discretion for the elite. She says her life was controlled, her movements monitored, her contact with the outside world severed, all to ensure that the Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet narrative remained flawless. She was the ghost in the machine, the secret that was never meant to be told. But secrets have a way of festering, don't they? And DL is reportedly done with the silence. She is done being the ghost. She wants her identity back. And most importantly, she is allegedly willing to submit to DNA testing. That is the game changer, friends. DNA. You cannot gaslight DNA. You cannot PR spin a genetic test. If DL submits to a test and it proves she is the biological mother, or even just the gestational carrier of those children, then Archie and Lilibet are constitutionally illegitimate in terms of the line of succession. The rules are clear. To be in line for the throne, you must be born of the body of the wife. If Meghan did not birth them, they are not eligible. It is that simple. And that is why this is not just celebrity gossip. This is a constitutional crisis. This is treason. This is a deliberate attempt to defraud the King, the Parliament, and the people of the United Kingdom and the Commonwealth. It is placing children in the line of succession who have no legal right to be there, and doing it with a smirk and a dance video. And where is the brainwashed puppet in all of this? Where is Prince Harry? DL claims he wasn't just a bystander. She alleges he was an active participant. She claims he visited her. She claims he knew. She even alleges he wrote a handwritten note thanking her. Can you imagine? The audacity. Harry, the man who was born a prince of the blood, the man who knows the rules better than anyone, conspiring to fake a royal birth? It is the ultimate betrayal of his grandmother, the late queen, and his father, the king. He sold out his heritage for a Hollywood plotline. He looked the British people in the eye and lied. And for what? To satisfy the ego of a Z-list actress who didn't want to ruin her figure, or who simply couldn't conceive but refused to admit it? It is pathetic. It is weak. And it makes him complicit in one of the greatest frauds in modern history. The release of this dancing video is the behavior of a guilty person. Innocent people don't feel the need to release proof of their pregnancies years later. Catherine, our beautiful dignified Princess of Wales, has never once had to release a video of herself in labor to prove George, Charlotte, and Louis are hers. Why? Because we saw it. We saw the doctors on the steps. We saw the signatures. We saw the transparency. Meghan gave us secrecy. She gave us midnight announcements. She gave us no doctors on the steps. She gave us birth certificates where her name was mysteriously changed from Rachel Meghan Markle to Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex. A legal maneuver that DL suggests was designed to blur the lines of biological responsibility. Titles don't give birth, Meghan. Women do. And by removing her legal name, she created a layer of legal ambiguity that reeks of a cover-up. Let's talk about the moon bump again, because that video really sealed the deal for so many of us. When she moves, the bump doesn't move with her. It stays rigid. It looks like a foam attachment. And the skank dancing? It is so vulgar. It is so unroyal. Can you imagine Queen Camilla or Princess Catherine behaving like that in a hospital room? Of course not, because they have class. They understand the gravity of bringing a royal child into the world. Meghan treats it like a content creation opportunity. Look at me. I'm so fun. I'm dancing through the pain. No, you are dancing because you aren't in pain. You are dancing because you are acting. And it is a bad performance. It is a performance that insults every woman who has actually gone through labor. Labor isn't a TikTok trend, Meghan. It is blood, sweat, and tears. But she wouldn't know that, would she? Not if DL is telling the truth. The fact that DL is reportedly ready to go to court is the nightmare scenario for the Sussexes. You can't bully a court of law. You can't call a judge racist and hope the case goes away. If this goes to trial, if the documents are subpoenaed, if the agency records are opened, it is over. The invisible kids will be exposed as the products of a lie. And let me be clear, this is not the children's fault. Archie and Lilibet are innocent in this. They are victims of their parents' greed and ambition. They are being used as pawns in a high-stakes game of chess against the monarchy. But the truth matters. The line of succession matters. You cannot buy your way onto the throne. You cannot lie your way into history. And this is why the audience loves William and Catherine, because they respect the truth. They respect the institution. They respect us. When Catherine had her babies, she stood on those steps, exhausted, swollen, but proud, and she shared that moment with us. She didn't hide. She didn't play games. She did her duty. Meghan and Harry treated the birth of their children like a state secret because they had something to hide. They treated the public with contempt, telling us we weren't entitled to know anything, while simultaneously demanding titles and taxpayer security. It is the height of hypocrisy, and now the bill is coming due. The silence that they bought is expiring. DL is reclaiming her voice, and with it, she is reclaiming the truth. I think about King Charles and Prince William often in this scenario. They must know. The palace intelligence services are the best in the world. They must have known something was fishy. That explains the coldness. That explains why Archie and Lilibet are rarely seen with the family. That explains the hesitation to grant titles initially. They knew they were being defrauded, but they couldn't prove it without blowing up the entire family. But now that DL is coming forward, the palace doesn't have to say a word. They can just sit back and let the legal system do the work. They can let the truth reveal itself. And when it does, the doors to Buckingham Palace will be slammed shut on Harry and Meghan forever. There will be no return. No half in, half out, just out. The panic in Montecito must be palpable. You can see it in their erratic behavior. The jam launch that failed, the fake tours to Nigeria and Colombia, the constant rebranding, and now this desperate video. They are throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, but nothing is sticking because the wall is crumbling. Meghan knows that if she is exposed as a fraud regarding the births, she loses everything. She loses the titles, she loses the money, she loses the status, she becomes a global laughingstock, the woman who faked a royal heir. And Harry? Harry becomes the prince who betrayed his bloodline. It is a tragedy of Shakespearean proportions, but it is one of their own making. This is why we have to keep talking about it. The mainstream media is finally catching up, but we have been here all along. We saw the square bump, we saw the popping sounds, we saw the squatting, we knew. And now, DL is confirming our suspicions. She is the hero we didn't know we needed. A woman who was used and discarded, rising up to take down a Goliath of lies. I hope she has good security. I hope she has great lawyers, because the Sussex squad will come for her. They will try to destroy her. But truth is a powerful shield, and once the DNA results are in, there is no spin doctor in the world who can fix it. So look closely at that video of Meghan dancing. Look at the way she moves, look at the way the bump sits, and ask yourself, is that the behavior of a woman about to give birth to a prince? Or is that the behavior of an actress playing a role in a B-movie that went straight to DVD? I think we all know the answer. The charade is over, the curtain is falling, and behind it we are finding not a mother but a manipulator, not a prince but a puppet, and not a fairy tale but a fraud. We stand with the working royals, we stand with the truth, and we stand with DL, whoever she is, for having the courage to step forward into the light. The days of the ghost kids being used as leverage are ending. The king deserves to know the truth about his grandchildren. The British people deserve to know the truth about their line of succession, and Meghan and Harry deserve to face the consequences of their deception. What do you guys think? Is the dancing video the final proof that it was all an act? Do you believe DL is real and that she has the receipts to bring them down? And what should happen to Harry and Meghan if it is proven that they faked the births? Strip the titles? Remove them from the line of succession? Exile? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. This is history in the making, neighbors, and we are on the front lines. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video everywhere. The truth is coming, and it cannot be stopped. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your receipts handy, and your loyalty to the real royals strong. Ta-ta, and bye for now.